Hello, I'm Karina Doyle, the owner of Go Painting of the Front Range, and I want you to understand what factors resulted in the number that I submitted before you select the finalists in your process. The 7 buildings in this project are primarily constructed of a masonry material known as split-face block.
Split-face block.
It's incredibly porous and absorbent, and the mortar between these absorbent blocks has cracks in many places. If not properly coated, these blocks will not just allow water in through the cracks, but will actively bring water into the building through the absorbency of the blocks themselves. You requested proposals that include coating the buildings with this product, Prosoco Block Guard and Graffiti Control. This photo shows Block Guard and Graffiti Control 6 that has 6% siloxane. If your biggest concern was graffiti, I would have proposed Block Guard and Graffiti Control 15, which has 15% siloxane, but these are elementary schools, not high schools, and 15% siloxane would result in a much higher materials cost. We want to keep the cost as low as possible while still meeting the objective of thoroughly waterproofing the buildings, and this product will do that. But before we can even start waterproofing, there will be a considerable amount of prep work. You don't want siloxane all over your windows, roof, doors, trim, sidewalk, or anything else in the area. It's incredibly annoying to remove and noticeable and unsightly if it isn't removed. So our crew will spend a considerable amount of time making sure that everything is masked, taped, and covered thoroughly before we start waterproofing. In order to achieve the 5-year Prosoco manufacturer's warranty certification for this coating, we'll need to apply the coating at approximately 100 square feet per gallon. But beyond that baseline goal of certification, even better and longer lasting results will be achieved if a second coat is applied within 1 hour of the application of the first. So our proposal includes that second coat. 2 members of our team will be on a lift. They'll start from the base of the wall and move upward, with one spraying enough of the coating on the wall until the product starts to run down the blocks below because the blocks have been so saturated. A second member of the crew has a roller to backroll any drips and keep the surface neat and without runs. Once the lift reaches the top of the wall, they go back to the bottom and repeat the process until that section of wall is coated twice. Then they'll move the lift over a little bit and they'll repeat the process on the next section of wall until the entire building is coated. We will only achieve 75 square feet per gallon, which means your building will be sealed with a very thick coating of waterproofing. Be on the lookout for these differences between proposals. If a vendor uses a high-pressure sprayer with siloxane, they will move quickly and save a lot of money on labor, but that will aerosolize the coating and it'll make the Block Guard product ineffective. If they do 1 coat instead of 2 coats, they'll save a lot of money on materials and labor, but that would also leave the building vulnerable to continued leaking. If they skip at all on the preparation, they'll get to the waterproofing project faster and save a lot of money on labor, but as a result, you may have a real mess on your hands when the project is finished. I hope this clears up some of what's included in my proposal and what I was thinking, if this was my building, how I'd want it done. Thank you for your time, and I hope to get a chance to talk to you more about this project real soon.